Hello everyone, my name is Zenitsu and I'm back with another Digimon video. So recently we just got announced that in Japan they are getting their 5th Japanese booster, which is going to be called Battle of Omega, and it is going to be released in February. So this is pretty interesting considering we just started seeing some cards from the 4th booster, and now they recently just announced that the 5th booster is coming out. And while this feels really fast, it's not really that unexpected to see this kind of information come up, given how the nature of card games work. So for those who don't know how card games generally work, especially in Japan, is it usually a lot of the sets are printed based on the pre-order numbers. So they need to not only design the sets ahead of time, but they also need to kind of tell the shops to start pre-ordering so that way they know exactly how much they should be printing and all that jazz. It's not necessarily that uncommon to see a booster set start to get revealed and then pre-orders for the next booster set popping up. So it's not necessarily brand new or revolutionary, it's just always interesting because now we know that Booster Set 5 is coming out and its name, and usually they kind of like hint to certain cards in the name of the sets, so everyone is already thinking that Battle of Omega is going to be an Omegamon focused set. So just as a couple of speculations of something that might be in the set, considering it is called Battle of Omega, is we could be seeing some more forms of Omegamon, or Omnimon for English. So we still have Zwart left, we still have X left, we have Zwart D, Alter B, and Merciful. So we have 5 different Omnimons that could be in the set, on top of which it's Battle of Omega, so it also could be referencing Digimon that Omnimon has fought in the past. So we could see Alphamon in the set, we could see Eosmon, we could see Nidhoggmon, and so on and so forth. So there's just a lot of interesting speculations that could be had just from the name. But currently, we don't really know a whole lot else that is going to be in the set. So speaking of Set 4, we got one new card shown from Set 4 recently, and it is Dundevimon or Dandevimon, whichever translation you prefer. But this card is really interesting and he's really powerful. So his stat line isn't anything too special. I'm expecting nothing really special to come from the stat lines. It's just your classic 12-4-12 stat line, so again, nothing interesting to talk about there. But what's really interesting is the abilities that he has. So he has 2 really powerful abilities. Its first ability is during the opponent's turn, once per turn, when your security stack is reduced, you get to trash one of the opponent's security cards. So recently we've seen the ability to just straight up drop the security, so reducing the security doesn't necessarily mean that they have to attack into you in order for this ability to trigger. So that's just something really powerful to think about. On top of which, his second ability is also really powerful, in which it's an on-deletion ability, where you get to make the opponent discard 2 cards from their hand. So that's just, again, another really powerful ability, because the whole sub-theme to Purple is trying to manipulate the opponent and manipulate what the opponent wants to do or can do. This kind of just doubles down on that sub-theme, and it's the first time we've really seen like making the opponent discard cards in the game, and that's just a very powerful ability to have, and I think it's definitely going to make Dundevimon a really interesting card to play with, and this isn't even including any cards that might support him or support Purple as a whole. So I think this card is going to be really powerful and really good. But knowing what we currently know about the release dates of everything, we could kind of like build our own like future roadmap and speculate on what the future is going to possibly hold. So we obviously know December at the end of this year, Japan is going to be getting their Booster Set 4. So we're getting our English Booster Set 1.0 in January, and then in February, they are going to be getting Booster Set 5, and we're going to be getting Booster Set 1.5. So while we have the finished versions of 1 through 3, they're going to have 4 and 5 ahead of us. So that means if we take, let's just say, 2 or 3 months down the line, where Japan is going to be getting their booster set 6, we're probably going to see maybe another combination set between 4 and 5 or 4 through 6 as well. So we might see like special booster, let's just say 2.0, containing cards from 4, 5, and 6, released sometime in May, and then we'll finish that probably in June if we're going to follow like the same pattern of like 1 month, and then pause. So that way by July, or like June, July area, when Japan gets booster set 7, we theoretically should be caught up, either that or we're going to be 1 set behind. It all depends on if they're going to be combining 4 and 5 or 4, 5, and 6. But regardless, it's just something interesting to think about given the information we have available and the release of when things are going to be happening. But in terms of the speed of everything, I don't really have a problem with the speed in which things are releasing. It seems pretty normal for TCGs. So in comparison, a lot of other TCGs release about 1 set an average of every 3 months. And then they might have like a small product in between those to kind of act as a little bit of a buffer. So Digimon doing it every like 2 to 3 months isn't necessarily that uncommon, especially for Japanese trading card games over American ones. It's not like anything insane where Bushiroad literally releases a new booster set every single month, but regardless, it's still just a very steady pace, and I don't know if the whole global pandemic thing is affecting like the release schedule, because maybe it is supposed to be every 3 months and they have to push stuff up or behind based on trying to catch up the English market or based on the current pandemic situation. So I think that the release schedule looks to be okay. It looks to be about average. It might seem a little fast, but it's not that much faster than what other card games have been doing. So that's kind of all I really have for this video. As always, feel free to tell me your thoughts down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. And I will see you in the next video.